Here for the live. Yep, I think we are live. Yeah, we're live, we're live, we're live. And then let me just. Uh-huh. Okay, this should be good. All right. Okay. Hello, Krisha. How are you? Hope everything is well, Krisha. Okay. Um, right now, mm, I want to check on the candidates first. We're going to check on our bets. Wait, have they started? Yeah, they did start. Because because it is Sindaro versus Hikaru. Wow, seems like Sindaro is super duper prepared again, huh? Look, Sindaro is having a good position. So let me get into this chess view. All right. Oh, okay. So let's see what was opening. Semislav. Check. Okay, should be two. So there's an opening where white gives up a pawn in exchange of this long diagonal. It stops the black king from castling right away. For some reasons, for example, just an example, the bishop is safe on a3, then there will be queen d6. White white castles. There's a threat on d8 and on f8. So let's see what happened. Bishop e6. So Hikaru sacrificed two pawns, or can we say gambited two pawns? Okay, from this point, after giving up the second pawn, this is still part of the line though. Knight g3, castles. Okay, so this is the start. h4. I don't think h4 is wrong though, because the threat is to kick the queen away and then win the knight. Check. That's the third pawn. Okay. Now it's Hikaru's turn. It is likely that Hikaru may castle. I mean, Queen d2 is a blunder. I mean, if you're thinking of Queen d2 pinning, it's a blunder because there is Knight c2 check, a discovered attack. And then the queen will be pinned. It won't be able to take the knight after the king runs away. Maybe on e2 or on d1. Queen captures. King takes, and then white is an option. I mean, black is an option to take the rook or just simply play rook d8. I think rook d8 is much better to pin. Yep, to pin. Okay. Anyhow, anyway. Whoa. My lenses, because I have my lenses. It's still not working well. I still feel a little bit dizzy. Okay. Grisha, how are you, by the way? And I think we have another viewer. Hello, hello, new viewer. Are you a new viewer, or have you been following the stream for a while now? Hope you're doing fine as well. Anyhow, anyway, so let's take a look at the other games, okay? I think it should be okay. Fabi versus Bluebum. You know Bluebum? Um, he could get 14 draws for this tournament. It will be without a loss. Okay, so Petrov. D5. What's the standing of the candidates? Javokir is in the lead. He has 3.5 out of 4. He beat 2 of my candidate picks, Fabi and Prague. And Javokir is one of my picks as well. So Javokir is number 1, Fabi is number 2. I think Anish is number 3. We can take a look at that. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is going to be tough for black because white has a strong king side attack. You'll see how, or maybe we will be able to see a comeback win from Fabi here as white. Hikaru didn't back out. You know the problem with this the internet? They always put out false statements, you know, these fake news. Hikaru didn't back out. That's funny when they put it out. Why will Hikaru back out? It's something that, well, I mean, I haven't heard of someone backing out from the candidates after a bad start. It just doesn't happen. I mean, I don't know in the before, but during the time that I started being active in chess, I haven't heard of someone backing out. I mean, after the tournament started. Or maybe someone did. I just wasn't aware of. So okay, let's take a look at the other games. So when you said about the results or the standings, right? So let me click on this one for you. So this is the standings. Javakir number 1. I was right. Fabi number 2. Anish number 3. Because Anish won his third round against Esipenko from Russia. Brag. Look at my top 3. Javokir, Fabian, Bragg. Ha 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 ha. They are on the upper half. Okay. Let's go check the other games. So Bragg versus Esipenko. Okay. Hikaru style. Capture, knight c3. Okay. So let me explain this one. The move bishop to a6. Since black's light squares are weak, the bishop wants to control it. Now then I cannot go back because there will be bishop b7 trapping the rook. So that's why usually when you play b6, this is what you call a fianchetto style. Fianchetto setup: b6, g6, b3, g3. You put your bishop on these squares, because if you don't, it will be weakened. But there are certain times that you should not put your bishop there. You just have to play because you want to create a chain, you protect, or you protect a certain square. But what I'm saying is a theory or a guideline where if you play this move, most of the time or majority of the times, you need to put your bishop on the longest diagonal. I see Penko always thinking, not really. Okay, we can say that as well because Prague is up by what, almost 23 minutes. But 23 minutes is not a bad time deficit, no, because there are certain moves or moments that you just can't move right away. So what about Wei and Anish? Because look at this game. Look at Hikaru and Javokir. Javokir is almost up by what? An hour. So Hikaru already moved. Wait, so here, after b4, Hikaru castled. Javokir played rook to e8. Woo. Queen d2, c5. Because after queen d2, white is threatening to capture the knight, right? It's been, there are two pieces attacking it. So c5, I don't think c5 is a good move, you know? It's just a normal move to block. But, yep. Clearly, now black is much better. Because if you're, although white still has a good compensation, black cannot sleep on these spare bishops. Okay? EC Pinko, what on earth? That was funny, huh? That was funny. Okay. Anyhow, anyway, let's go to the game of Wei and Anish. This is so close, even the time. So what is the opening? English opening, English. Oh, it was transposed to the Catalan. Queen c2, e4, whoopsie, Catalan. So this game has 90% to end in a draw. Okay, that's my suspicion based from the line that I'm seeing right now. Oh, yep, it will end up in a draw. Yes, bet this will end up in a draw. So you may think, coach, why? White is up by a minor piece, right? Yes, indeed. But this knight is going to fall. There's no way to save it. So for example, white plays something like knight 3 e4. Because, I mean, this knight can't move because it's pinned, right? Queen falls. Knight 3 e4. Black has an option to play knight d5. Capturing the bishop, then winning the knight. Black even has the option to capture. I mean, I will just simply capture if I was black. Captures, queen takes, then bishop takes c5. Easy draw. Look, capture. Wait, no. My goodness. Queen takes. Capture, and then queen takes b7. Let's just say, what am I doing? I'm going cuckoo. Bishop takes, and then queen takes b7, let's just say, right? Easy draw. Rook b8. Easy Pinko, Filipino. He's not Filipina. He's he's Russian, and I know why you're saying it's Filipino as well. Easy Pinko. Okay. So here, I think we have went over the game pretty much. The game that I'm really excited or I'm watching is this game of Hikaru and Javokir. Because if Javokir wins, he will maintain at least a point lead, and that's tough, in the candidates. And he will be on a winning streak. He has already faced the top players. He has faced Hikaru, number one seed, Fabi, number two seed, Prague. So, yep. And his and he will be facing who next? Maybe one from Anish, Bluebum, and Wei. Wow. Wow. It's just wow. If Sindaro wins here. Okay. Wait, did he? Let me check again. Let me check the standings again. Let's check on the standings. So Sindaro faced Fabi. He's facing Hikaru right now. So he only has two people who hasn't faced. Oh, okay. Number 3 Anish and number 7 Wei Yi. So I was wrong. He has already faced Blue Bomb. Yep, he drew with Blue Bomb. His only draw. Okay. Alright, now let's go back here. And you know what? Let me do this. There you go. So it'll be easier for us to just switch screen. So for example, we want to go to the next, and next. Perfect. Perfecto. So, it's only Krisha? What about the rest? I wonder where the rest. I haven't seen Solomon in a while. I wonder where Solomon is. During around this time, Shakao usually joins together with Kelvin, Ritzik. Ritzik hangs out and messes around with us during this time. Who else? I'm trying to recall. Kirio always comes around this time. Adarsha does. So I'm just curious where they are. Is there a qualifier for joining the candidates? Yes, there's a qualifier. You just can't join the candidates. That's why I told you. Regarding Hikaru trying to quit or withdrawing from the candidates, it's just crazy. It just sounds crazy. It's a holiday. I mean, if it's a holiday, most of the people are. I mean, here in the U.S., most of us, it's either we just staying home. So if you're staying home, you'll be on your computer screen, right? Some maybe are on a trip. That's true. Maybe we can say um the minority are the ones on the trip. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. A lot of people are on vacation, but we can't really say that because look, for the live, there are 26,000 people watching for the Fide streaming. Right? So of course, I'm not like Fide that you'll get a lot of viewers. That's for now. It won't be like this forever. Look at the time difference, 1 hour. So this is going to take a toll later against Hikaru. 1 hour is just a lot. I mean, Krisha, you're already a chess player, and I don't know if the other viewer is also a chess player. You know that even though how good your position is, if you're running low on time, there's a high probability of a blunder. And now Hikaru is not having the best position of his life. So, and then he's also having what, lower time? It will be a huge problem later. Look, the accuracy of Javukir is 99.6%. Just to let you know. Oh, you're here for me. Thank you, Krisha. Thank you. Roger that. I appreciate it. Zed, Zed has been sick as well. Because I also have a back and forth communication with Zed. I hope he feels better. Okay, anyhow, anyway. I think, well, maybe we can play some random moves here. So what can white do, right? What will white do? A3 to kick the knight out? Is this going to help? I guess not. Because after you play A3, knight goes back to C6, then it will initiate a queen trade. So if you capture knight 6, this bishop cannot capture. If the bishop tries to capture c5, there'll be knight b3, forking the rook and the bishop. So it's not going to be a good idea. Although this bishop on f3 is preventing black from playing pawn to b6. So, let's do this. Knight bc6 after captures, right? Captures. So this one is not possible because of this move. And this pawn on c4 will also be hanging. My goodness, this is just too much. Yeah. And since the knight is on a5, it protects b7, this bishop can develop. Maybe. And then go to c6. Because black will not mind losing the c5 pawn. Because he is up by 3 pawns. Losing a pawn to develop a piece doesn't really matter. Whew. Okay. So now, let's see. What about the other games? Someone just made a move. So is it Fabi? I like the game of Fabi too. There's one. The attacking style. Whoopsie. Bishops. And then for some reasons, maybe one of his ideas is to play h4. h5 to open up his h-file. And then if the knight takes this bishop, just takes with a rook. And then after h4, h5, this rook has the mobility to go to f2, g2, or just double up on h2. Wow. Nice position. I love this position. Okay. Now, going to the game of Pragg and Esipenko. What's the threat? C takes d4? So practice develops. So this is still going to be a long grind. Although, for me, white has the slightest advantage, okay? But it's tough to convert. Although, based from the earlier games of Esipenko makes a last-minute blunder mistake during the game, which is, I feel bad, because you play a good game and then for some reasons at the end you're going to blunder. Yeah, you feel like, oh, I just wasted all my effort. Okay, like what I predicted, Wei just took the knight on e4 and bishop takes, and now d6. Yeah, equal. Although after maybe bishop takes c5, b takes c5, black has a nice double isolated, right? In which white can maybe attack, but it's the weakness is tolerable, right? It's there's no way, there's really no way to just win a pawn like that. Okay, going back to Hikaru and Javokir. So Hikaru is down to 28 minutes. Woohoo! Which is very tough. Can you imagine how can you be down more than an hour? But it's true, because I've experienced this not just once, but a number of times. When the position is really tough, you just can't make a move, and it's hard for you to make a decision. And this is a perfect example. Even in the highest level of chess, you can be down more than an hour. You cannot make a move or make a decision right away. We're talking about the top players. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Well, waiting for them to make a move. I'm thinking to have to play an own version of a game because I already feel bored waiting. But this one is fine because Hikaru has only 26 minutes, which means this may end soon. This game, and look, they only have 17. I mean, they're just on the 17th move after Hikaru makes the move. So Hikaru is just about to play his 17th move. He needs to get into the 48th move, excuse me, before he gets his next time control that will add an increment. So 30 minutes, and we'll give him an increment of 30 seconds per move. Okay, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play just a game. Okay. Um, but before that, I think chess.com will automatically disable the engines. So let me disable the engine first because it's part of the protocol. You should not use an engine. Here we go. I'll have my own version of my game. Oh, wait, let me switch my chess view. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm black. I always play black. My goodness. I'm versing Frenzy Pawn. Okay, my favorito, Siciliano. E6, so exparable order. Okay, next time I'm gonna play something different. Maybe I'll play the Accelerated Dragon. Oh, I super hate this line. I'm not happy here with this bishop c4 line. It goes to b3. This is what you call the Fischer Sazin attack. This is annoying. It's honestly annoying. So let me play here. There's something that you need to watch out. Oh, what on earth? He just sacrificed right away. I was about to say, you have to watch out the sacrifice on e6. But good thing I have this knight move to e5. Did I go? Yep, I think so. Wait, let me just make sure. Because if I capture, he captures. Okay. And then he's threatening my queen. You know what? I think I should capture. Because my bishop is protected by my knight anyway. So Let me double check. Because if I go knight e5, he captures me. I'll still capture back here. Is this more pleasing? Capture back, then of course playing knight here is not really good. So I can already play in d7, although he has knight d5. So what is much better? If I take he takes, I play here. And then he goes maybe knight d5. Excuse me. Yeah, he goes knight d5 for sure. And then he's threatening to go here, which kind of forces me to take. So hard to make a decision in this kind of situation or position. Again, knight e5. He takes, I capture. Capture, so he doesn't have knight e6 yet. Then maybe he plays knight e6. Then I go queen d7 and goes knight d5. So his threat will still be the same here and here, but my queen is on d7. So if I capture, he captures, then I can go knight gf6. And then I can just kick the knight out later. Here. Huh. Sounds good? Okay, let me go here. Let's go. 95. Yeah, I can't just think too much. I have that position to one of my games. He sacked the bishop early. Yep. So that's why it's a good thing to watch some of my games, right? Because you will learn new ideas on how to deal with certain positions. So going back, if the bishop didn't sack right away, the idea is to move the knight to c5, so the e6 pawn will be protected by your knight. You don't play knight f6 and here right away. Oh, wait, what? Did I play knight f6? Does he have anything? I think he just wasted a move. So now, and now, and now. I am attacking the queen, right? So this move is a waste move. If he thinks he can checkmate me, he can't because my knight is protected. So he has to move his queen again. If he captures, I capture back. So he made a mistake. I guess I got no other chance left. I have to capture the bishop. So it will be 2 pawns for a bishop. He's trying to pin me. Is he trying to trick me? Maybe he wants me to play this move bishop e7, then he plays knight 6 e6, threatening my queen and then the g7 pawn. But of course, I won't do that. I will play. Hold up. Can I play b4? Can I play b4? Wait. Let's think. b4, bishop takes f6. Again. b4. Maybe he takes knight takes e6. Then I go queen d7. Then maybe he goes here, knight d5. Or maybe he goes bishop takes f6. Tricky. It is actually tricky. Because if I just play queen d7, okay, let me go queen d7 first. Yeah, let's go. Too much time deficit, just like Hikaru. If he captures, here, example, maybe I'll consider capturing this pawn. If that makes sense. I will capture the e4 pawn. Excuse me. Oh, just didn't flinch, huh? Like what I said, I am going to capture the e4 pawn. Yep. Ta-da. I mean, what else can I do? I have to make a move, right? I have to improve my position. Now, I would have to think of a way to kick this little pony out. So I may also consider to play king f7 later. Or no. I'm thinking of playing pawn to g6, but I don't like this. It may work, but I don't like it. So, like what I said, I'm thinking to play this move. So how many pawns? 6 versus 5. If I play this move, he gives me a check, and I'll just simply capture. You know what? Why do I have to go there if I can play this move, bishop to d5? Yeah. Yeah, boy. Now I'm threatening the knight. I think I should be good. I should be fine. I can say I'm winning. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we can review this game. Yep. We can definitely review this game. You know, I'm going to be a friend right now, Krisha. I can only go live. I mean, I can only stay on the stream for an hour because yep, got errands. I got a schedule. I like my connection right now. There's no delay. This is good. Although, excuse me, we only have a few people. Hold up. So, while waiting for my opponent to make a move, let's check this game. So, Hikaru played rook a to d1. Okay. Look. Now let's go back. Okay, let's still stick to my threat, which is the knight. He has to move the knight away. He got no other choice. He has to move it away. Likely here. Then I'll trade. Then it takes with the knight. Because if he doesn't move his knight, I'm going to capture it. It's pretty clear that I will capture his knight. Then I'll go here. What is he thinking? Right? I'll play g6. Oh. What the? I really don't get it. You're not see. He made. Oh, maybe it's because I got double pawns. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. My next move is to play rook g8. All right. So he's thinking to capture my bishop, in which I will simply move back Maybe here to c6, right? Right. Let's go. And then I'm just going to play this move. Bloop. I am going to do... Oh. Dang it. Did I make a mistake? Yeah, right. So let me give him a check, of course. And then let me give him another check. So I can do the windmill, actually. This windmill trick, but let me just make sure. If there's no bishop, I can sack my rook and then play rook g8 mate. But since I got a bishop, let me do the windmill first. Check. Check, 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 check. Capture everything, right? And then check again. Then he goes back. Okay, let me go here. Check. And then check again. Check again. Let me try to capture everything I can capture. Check. 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 And then check again. And then I'll check here. It'll be a mate. I could have just mated him right away. He doesn't want to resign though. Check. Yeah. No, I could have mated him right away. Rook g3. But it's fun to do the windmill so that you will see. You'll be able to see what I did. Now it's gonna block, I'll capture. He's going to block, I'll also capture it. So it will be checkmate. Okay. That was win, and it's asking for another game, a rematch. This is a high risk, low reward for me, so it's much better to just simply analyze the game. So let's go over this. So I'm going to show you, okay? b6, e6, bishop c4, b5, bishop b3, bishop b7, queen f3. So the move queen f3 is not really good, but let me go back. So for the fish and sauce game, right? Let's just say white castles. Remember what I said? Remember what I said earlier? You need to protect the e6 pawn with your knight, or with your bishop. But your bishop's already on b7. You don't want to move it back. You know why? Because for example, you play knight f6 right away. White plays something like f4. Is it f4 or bishop e3? Okay, let's just say bishop e3. Wait, no, because you're threatening this pawn. So let's say he plays rook to e1. You play bishop e7. If you do this setup, it will be a mistake because he has this sacrifice on e6. This is a good sacrifice. After he captures, your queen is under attack, you gotta run away, then he has knight takes g7, so he got 3 pieces for 3 pawns for a minor piece. Plus your king is unsafe, then it's just gonna go back. So it's easy for white to deal with this position compared to black, because the king is in the middle. A lot of, there'll be bishop g5, there'll be knight d5 later, just to keep more pressure, or after bishop to g5, there'll be f4, there'll be e5, there'll be queen e2, queen f3, rook a to d1. So black is going to catch a lot of bullets in which black cannot just, black won't be able to hold on if white knows how to deal with this. Why? What happened? ChessQuest. What? Your Wi-Fi's not working? Okay, sorry to hear that. Now, the reason why I said you go knight d7, knight c5 first is because, for example, let's say white castles, right? And then you play knight d7, White continues by playing his move rook e1. You go knight c5, and now your knight is protecting it. If the bishop tries to sack, you can just capture it with either your pawn or your knight, and there'll be no more um, knight takes e6 and knight g7. So that's the point. And for some reasons, you can just simply capture the bishop later. And your e6 pawn will be fine. You play knight of 6, bishop e7. Okay, Krisha? Hey, Zed, how are you? Hey, I miss you. Miss you. I miss you guys. Miss you, bud. Hope you're doing well, Zed. Um, Me, I'm okay. But I'm getting to get some allergic reactions. Okay, so much for this one. I hope you learned something from this, Krisha, because I played a game before you guys got into the chat, and then I was just teaching Krisha the ideas. So I hope you learned from this, Krisha. Sunday opening. Yeah, I think that could be possible, but not sure if we can do it this Sunday. Okay. I'm good, Zed, but not good, but not so good. But I should be fine. Now, let's take a look at this. Okay, Hikaru. So he's down by what? More than an hour? Look, he's down by more than an hour. This, like what I said earlier in the stream, this will take a toll on him. Because no matter how good your position is, if you're down by an hour, you can be in trouble. You will eventually make a mistake or blunder later. And not only that, Hikaru is not having the best position so far. Look, Javukir is clearly winning. And you know, we're having this kind of position. Hikaru is playing 94.6% accuracy. And Javukir is playing 99.6% accuracy. Yeah. Oh, shoot. So let me change my chess view. This one. So this is the position of Hikaru and Javukir. You know, if Javukir nails this game down or wins this game, dang. Just dang. He's on a winning streak. And imagine if he finishes 7.5, or sorry, not 7.5, 6.5, 6.5 out of 7. I mean, just giving up a draw on the first half of the candidates is simply amazing. I've never heard of it. I've never heard that it happened before. Of course, Sindarov is winning. He is, I mean, the engine's evaluation, it's negative 1.21. Look, just looking at the position, let's count the pawns. He is up by 1, 2, 3 pawns. Okay? He's up by 3 pawns, buddy. But let's try to see what happened. So Sindarov played another good move based from the engine. Whew. When will he stop playing good moves? Okay, that move I truly understand. Because it will give his bishop a room for development. It also opens up a file. Wow. So queen f4. Yep. You know, queen f4 is the top engine move. And then this move is likely going to be played by Javukir. Yes, you're right. You're right. You are right. Chess Quest. I also thought of that. World Championship match. And then it's the new generation, the youngsters. Let's see. Let's check the age. Gukesh and Sindaru. Yeah, it's more than an hour. More than an hour of difference. So let's see. So this is where I check the live rating. So Sindarov is what? 20 years old. Alright? It's 20. Gukesh is 19. Dang. So when is the birthday of Javokir? Javokir's birthday is on December 8th. So he's gonna turn 21 this year. Gukesh just Gukesh will turn 20 this year. Okay. Anyhow, anyway, let's go back. Yep. It's more than an hour difference. Look, what the? No, because we understand that it's tough to make a decision uh, on Hikaru's position or game. I was just surprised because he was giving up pawns. He was trying to gambit at the early stage of the game. For you to play gambits, right? You need to be well prepped. So I'm 50-50 with his preparation. It could be not part of Hikaru's preparation, and he was just trying to play over the board. And I think that was a little bit risky if it did that. Not a little bit risky. It was really risky. Look at his position. Javakir, what? 99.7%? He has 99.7% accuracy rate, while Hikaru has 93.7%. Oh, from the starting? Okay. D4, D5. So it was actually a semi-Slav game. C6, E4. Took. Bishop B4 check. So this one I understand, because in the Catalan there's also an idea here where white sacrifices a pawn. So this is the first pawn sacrifice. Bishop takes B4, and then the idea is to control this long diagonal to stop the king from castling. Then queen takes C4, bishop E2, and he sacrificed another pawn. Right? Knight A6. Bishop D6, and here we go. So a much better move is bishop to A5. This is what the engine says. And then D6, then queen to D6. Wow. You're not only sacrificing a pawn, but sacrificing a bishop, because there's perhaps pawn to F3. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Bishop A5, B6, queen to D6. If b takes a5, there'll be rook to d1, threatening a checkmate on d8. After bishop b7, there'll be queen d7, winning the bishop. So let's go back. But here, Hikaru played bishop d6, and this is the start. Bishop f3, so Hikaru already sacrificed 2 pawns, right? Queen g5, knight e2, knight e7. I mean, it seems logical to block the bishop so he can castle. Knight g3, castles. h4. I mean, the engine tags it as a bad move. Maybe, no, this one knight e4 will not work, because the queen can just give it another check, or yeah, the queen can just give another check. h4 check. Knight takes b4. Bloop. The threat is what? A discovered attack, right? And if the bishop captures the knight, then there'll be a discovered attack on d5, winning the bishop back. So here, Hikaru castle. And then rook e8, queen d2, pinning, and pinning the knight, right? And the bishop. And here goes c5. Logically blockading. And then the trade. And this is the position. A2 pawn is hanging, it's true. But to be honest, if you are playing for black, this is the least that you will even think of. The first thing you gotta worry is, how can I develop my bishop so I can connect my rooks? If that makes sense. You are up. Okay, black is already up by 3 pawns. He doesn't need more, unless this is going to be the best move. But if I was black again, I will not. I mean, this is the least of my priority, to capture another pawn, unless this move will defend one of white's threats. But it doesn't seem like So maybe I'll try to consider developing maybe like knight c6. This move will make sense to me. Why? Because I'm blockading this bishop and gives me a chance to develop my light square bishop. Although after knight c6, there's a big probability that Hikaru is going to capture it. You know why? Because this will end up having opposite color bishops. Opposite color bishops has a high chance or rate to end up in a draw. Although it will be very tough because white is down by 3 pawns. That's it. Oh, you're welcome, Krisha. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm also going to wait for Hikaru's game analysis here. What I wanna know his thoughts. Why he gave up such a lot of pawns, and it's yeah, because in order for you to do that, right? Like what I said earlier, it should be part of your prep. But if it was part of his prep, he should have been moving a little bit faster. So that is the puzzle to me. So let's go back. Let's see what happened. So still queen f4. Oh, no. I thought Javukir already played knight c6. So Javukir is thinking what to do. Let me just refresh my screen. So Javukir is still thinking on what to do in this position. Because I'm pretty sure Javukir is calculating knight c6. I am 100% sure. And then he's trying to evaluate, is it worth it to have an opposite color bishop? That's one of the things. Or that is probably the main thing he's trying to consider. And another idea could be knight c2, knight d4. Just hanging out onto the d4 square, right? Which is not bad at all. So let's see. What's this? Javukir's on fire. So he played Gambit. Yeah, Javukir is on the fire and he played a Gambit. The Gambit is not a bad thing. I think it goes down to how well or how prepared he was. Because I think he's out of his preparation. That's 100% sure. You cannot be in your preparation and be down an hour. So going back. Oh, let's take a look at the other games. Yeah, Fabi. This is going to be a long day for Blue Bomb. Told ya. Fabi's going to bombard. This is going to be a long day for Blue Bomb. Next one. Prague. Okay, SC Pienko is having trouble again when it comes to the clock. And will Prague be able to convert this slight advantage to a win? Let's watch out. What about this? Oh, super equal. Like what I said earlier, right? The game of Venetian way. No. I think I've even mentioned this will end 90% this will end up in a draw. And it will. It will soon end up in a draw. Even though even though white has the 7th rank, there's no trouble, there's no activity, there's no danger because black will not trade off the queens. Okay, this rook will just stay here. And come to think of it, how can white improve its position? I also don't see any ways. That's why. Maybe, nah, not really. Maybe the king can just go back and forth. This is the move pawn to g6 is a great move, giving his king an escape square to avoid any back rank checkmates. What king h7 bring rook to g1 is a good move. What do you mean? Oh, whoa. What do you mean king g2? I don't get it. Here. Ah, you're saying. Oh, the game of Hikaru? King g2, rook g1? Too slow. I mean, if you want to play this move, oh, king h2, then rook g1. That would make sense. That idea makes a lot of sense, to be honest. But, okay, let's say you play king h2. But it's black's turn, by the way. So let's say black plays knight c6. And if you play king h2, then black plays knight d4. Right? So you play rook g1. What is your threat? You want to hang out here? Do you have time to hang out there? Maybe after you play that move? Let me figure out something here. Maybe black can play something like queen 6. Yeah, just queen 6. Your rook cannot go to g1 because it'll be queen 6 f2. So, okay. So let's say knight c6 is played, right? And you play king h2, knight d4. You play rook g1. I was thinking of queen 6 a2, but there's even knight 6 f3 check. Queen 6 f3. Then, whoa, just g6. I mean, black is not even scared of this dark square weaknesses. Because black has its own, because white has its own weakness, which is the light square. So let's play a random, okay? How can this bishop reroute here to this longest diagonal? I don't see a way. That's why. That's the main problem. There's no way to reroute the bishop into the longest diagonal. Let's say h5. Queen takes a2. hg. fg. And then bishop takes c5. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Then goes here, maybe here, and then here. That could be an idea, right? And then black will capture another pawn. What on earth? Yeah, just too much. Too many pawns. Too many pawns given up. Da 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 da. Queen h5, then with the idea rook takes g6. Let's consider this, right? Maybe we can consider this. But now black has time to retreat. And yep, the next thing is to develop the bishop to e6 and then regroup. So tough time for Hikaru. Okay, let's go back to what really happened. I mean, Javukir hasn't played a move yet, so let's see. Oh, Javukir moved this knight to c6, and then Hikaru played king h1. Look. Yep. So he's going for your idea. Chess Quest. He's going for this one. But this move, king h1, is more scary because he's on a light square, if that makes sense, right? It's more scary. What are the engine moves? The engine move says queen c3 or rook queen c3, knight d4, and bishop e6. Number one engine move is queen c3 and knight d4. It's just pretty much the same. Maybe I'll go with I will still go with knight d4. I would love this move. You know, because you already have the option to capture the bishop. And then it also blockades, right? I mean, an outpost. So I will play knight d4. Queen c3 is how do I say this? It's a prophylaxis, or we can say an immediate defense to the dark square, which makes a lot of sense. Who is like under 10 in rating wise? Yes, I did. I played I played Wesley when he was I think 10 or 11 years old. The last game I played against him, I won. It was way back in the Philippines. It's our national juniors chess championships. I was black, and yep, I won. If I'm not mistaken, it was a bishop and knight endgame. I got the knight, and I played Hikaru, but it's just online, a 15-minute game on a different chess platform. I don't want to say another chess platform because I'm using chess.com. And Hikaru just stomped on my face. He destroyed me badly. I also played, if I remember it right, I played Anish once on a different chess platform. I luckily won. Who else did I play? In the current top 10. I think that's it. Yeah, those are the players I remember. So the time when I played Wesley, he was still young, but he was already very good. Uh, he was he became an IM that year as well. Wesley was a beast. I mean, not was. He is a beast. Okay. So, hmm. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. Okay, guys. Like I said earlier, before the stream, I can only hang out for an hour because I gotta go run errands. And now I think this is the time for me to say goodbye. So can I ask a question when you guys meet, but you guys talk about like mainly about chess or other than chess? Um, it's mixed. So most of the time when we meet, we don't really talk about now it's like this. It depends upon the purpose, right? So there are meetups where you train, you discuss about chess positions, chess news, something like that. And there are times when you just hang out to play. Because before we play computer games as well, we hang out, play computer games, have a few bottles of drinks, and then eat. That's it. Okay? Anyhow, anyway. Guys, I gotta go. So